Hey, it's Prerak and today we're installing this auto dimming IRVM in my friend's 1.5 Polo TDI. This is the mirror it used to have. As you can see, the plain old mirror which had a manual toggle for night and day vision. But now we're installing this auto dimming one, anti-dazzle one as they say. And with that we'll be installing the rain light sensor as well. So this car will have automatic wipers as well. When it rains, the wipers will go on their own. And the step one is to get a new windshield. And as you can see, we have that taken care of. This is the new windshield which comes with the mount on which you can mount the sensor and the new mirror. So we have already taken care of that. We went ahead and got the windshield out of the latest Polo, which has IR cut plus grey tint on it. So they have better insulation towards infrared rays or something like that. So if you are going to update your windshield, then it's better to go with the latest one. So that's what we did here. And I went ahead and procured these things out of a scrap Amio, I think that it was. I chose the beige color because the car is beige, so we had to go with the beige IRVM. You can choose the bezel-less IRVM as well. It's going to be slightly more expensive, but it is an option. And the RLS, the main RLS, which is going to mount right there. So with step 1 completed, that is an entirely new windshield, we can go ahead with step 2 and mount our RLS sensor in place. And because we have the new windshield, we have a new mount, and the sensor just sits in its place like so. If the coupler is this side, it will be facing the cabin light, which is this right here, and you can just install it carefully. And we are doing this right away because we don't wish to contaminate the sensor too much. It will be pretty contaminated already if it is out of a scrap car. You just have to push on these two sides, these two prongs. They will just click into place like so. As you can see, both of them have clicked into place. With the sensor in its place, we can securely work on the wiring now without damaging or contaminating the sensor. This is the entire harness that I have custom made. If you are going to do this retrofit DIY, I would recommend just get a harness. It is easy to source these and it will take away so much of your headache. If you get it from me, I can possibly source this harness for you on special request. But yeah, so I have custom made this and it's very easy really. This right here, the bigger connector, is the 8-pin connector, is for your mirror. This right here, and it has 3 wires, as you can see, 2 of which are just power and ground. Number 1 is power, number 2 is ground, number 3 goes to the BCM, and that is your choice. If you wish to make it go to the BCM, that is just a reverse signal to tell your car is going to reverse now. It's totally up to you to do that. It's fine if you don't. And in this one, the RLS, the sensor that we just placed, there are 3 wires: power, ground, and a communication wire to the BCM. As you can see, first is power, second is ground, and third is communication, which goes to the BCM, and that is how I have wired it accordingly. This is the entire length of the wiring harness. As you can see, we have to start it from right here, and we take it through the A pillar and to the BCM and to the power. So as you can see, 2 sensors, this entire loom. These are 2 wires which are coming out in the middle because I'm going to give them power and ground from behind this cabin light. There is power and ground. This power is activated as soon as you unlock the car, so we require that for the mirror. And for the RLS, I'm going to give main constant power through the battery, and I'm giving it constant power because I want to make rain closing work perfectly. I'm just going to power the mirror with unlock power and the rain light sensor to constant power. So let's start by taking out some parts so I can start with the wiring. We need to remove this cabin light so we can have access to the wiring which is going to go to the mirror and to the RLS, and then we can route it easily through the headliner to the A pillar and then down to the driver's footwell, where we can wire it later on. I have some things wired as they need to be. As you can see, 2 of the wires which are power and ground for the mirror. Ground is common for the mirror and RLS. So power for the mirror and ground for the both have given by this 3-pin connector right here. 3 of this is ground and 2 is power. When you unlock the car, it will start giving power to the mirror. Now, if I don't know if you can see, but just notice that if you see that pillar right there, once I put the flash into the mirror, you won't be able to see it. Alright, you can see it now, right? It's very clear. Now just look at it. It has gone dark green. If I move it away, if I move the flash away, it will slowly clear out. So we know that the mirror is being given ground and power correctly. The auto dimming mirror has started to work already. As you can see, I've already given the power to RLS through the fuse box, fuse number 43, which is direct to battery. Even if you cut the ignition, lock the car, everything is shut down, even then the RLS will receive power. I've done this specifically to test out something which I will explain later, but for now I'll just play around with this. Look at it, so satisfying. And it'll slowly go away, just like that. It's just dangling on right now. I will put everything back in once I have the RLS coded, and we just need to connect these connectors at this point, so it's fine if it's dangling. I'll just remove it and put it aside, and then I'll pack everything up. This is the wire coming from RLS. This needs to go into slot number 24 of the T73B, and this is for reverse signal. Now this is a choice, as I explained earlier. This is a choice. If you wish to, you can just ignore this one. It's a reverse signal, so we'll see what we do with that. But this has to go into the BCM, so for that I'll just disconnect the battery, open up the BCM and put it in. Anytime you're opening up the battery, make sure to remove the negative terminal of it, so that if it does touch anything which is bare metal, it'll just touch to ground and it won't short anything. Unlike if you remove the positive terminal, if it does touch anything which is bare metal, it'll short something. And just isolate the negative end so it doesn't accidentally come up and just touch the negative end of it. Now I have everything wired in, even the RLS is connected to the BCM now. We need to code it, but I think it's time that we connect everything up, hang this mirror in its place, add the trim for it, and then just code the RLS and test automatic wipers. The mirror has been mounted in its place, RLS connector has been connected. I just want to show you the working of it. See the white color of the white Swift back there? Just notice it going all dark when I put a light in its face. See? Now it'll just glow white again. The mirror is working, the anti-dazzle mirror. There are these two trim pieces as well that you need to install, so I'll just install them now. There's this one last trim piece that I couldn't get at the scrapyard, which would have filled in this 5mm gap as well. I'll show you what comes here. this black trim piece right here, which joins this tube to the carpet, or not the carpet, the headliner. I couldn't get it at the scrapyard, so I'll try to see if I can get it from Volkswagen. Apart from that, hardware end of it is done. We just need to code it now, the RLS. We need to code the RLS now and check if the wipers and everything functions. Now comes the easiest part, which is coding it. You just go to Central Electronics, coding, and then just long coding helper. But before that, just open this up, and if you see this RLS, well, you did a good job. It's working. So once your car does start to read RLS, just give it this coding right here, which I have written right here. Just give it that coding, and further on in Central Electronics you need to do a few things. Byte 8, rain light sensor installed. It must not be activated in your vehicle. And then you can turn on rear piping if you wish. Rain sensor function active. And then there's another one. You can activate this and try if it works. With the coding I have provided, it should work. Moment of truth to see if our sensor even works. Don't use water straight away. Use something to spray on it so it mimics rain better. Alright. So wipers are off. The position of the wiper stalk is in this position right here. You can see last one is off. Then the first one is one time. Then there is off, and then there's this intensity thing. That's where your auto wipers are going to work. So let's spray some water on it now. It's a glass cleaner, so it doesn't scratch up anything. So I'll obviously first put lubrication on the wipers itself so it doesn't scratch anything. And now, moment of truth. Cool. That's great. Now I think it wipes 2 or 3 times anytime it senses rain. Yeah, 3rd time. Will it do it again? I don't know. Okay, yeah. Now it should stop because the sensor is entirely clear now. Cool, it has stopped unless I do this again. Perfect. It works. Amazing. Now I just want to see if I can activate rain closing, which is if anytime the car is locked, I spray something on the sensor, all the windows should roll up. See, maybe if you locked your car in the rain, you locked your car, all the windows were rolled up, and it has started to now rain, so it should roll everything up. Let's see if that works. On my car it doesn't work perfectly. I'll explain that later. You can see the windows are slightly cracked down. I've just locked the car. I'll just wait for the MID to turn off, and then I'll spray some water on the sensor and see if it rolls these up. It should, with the coding I've given it, and I have powered the RLS directly. It should work. Let's see. Hope it works. Yes, it works correctly on this car. I'm so happy about it. I made it work correctly on this car. The reason it doesn't work perfectly on that car is because that RLS may be not directly wired to the battery, and each time I lock the car, the sensor just shuts off and stops reading, because windows roll up on that car when it's unlocked, not when it's locked. So now I can change the way RLS is powered in that car and make it work perfectly like this. I just wanted to see it function again. I have rolled down every window of the car. I'll just wait for the MID to turn off, and we'll spray some water on it again. Okay, MID has turned off. Moment of truth. Let's just wait and see if it does anything without spraying. This must be, it's not doing anything, right? So now it is about to rain. Oh no, it has started to rain. Oh, it's rolling everything up. Amazing. I can fix it on that car as well now. But that came by factory with that RLS, so it's going to be tricky. We leave it. It's okay. Amazing. It works. Everything works on this car. I'm happy. I'll clean up this mess, put back everything. As you can see, that trim is missing. Put back everything and see you soon. Everything has been put back together now, and the mirror is working perfectly, the RLS is working perfectly, rain closing works, automatic wipers work, everything works so good now, and it looks so good, it looks so neat. It's way better and way modern than the stock one, which was a rectangle. This is a lot sleeker, a lot better, and it adds more functionality. Obviously it has 2 or 3 more features now, we can say. Auto anti-dazzle mirror, RLS has been installed, automatic wipers and everything. So yeah, the car feels a lot modern now. The only thing which is bugging me now are those mirrors. So we are ordering GTTSI mirrors. You can see how sleek they are and smaller. It has indicator within itself, and you can electronically fold them as well. So next on this car will be electronically folding ORVMs. Now that we have updated the IRVM, it makes sense to update the ORVM as well. So yeah, that was it on the topic of anti-dazzle IRVM, and I'll see you soon on the next one.